Okay, let me introduce you to our second guest, who's an incredible man with an incredible story. He's been travelling the length and breadth of the country, teaching this story and talking about his 8-point plan for successful living. And he's here today to impart his wisdom on motivational speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Tony Parker.
Right, how's it going? My name is Anthony Parker, but you can call me Tony, right? Because I feel like we're friends. You know, even at this early stage, and certainly by the end, we're going to be good friends. You know, or you know, at least passing acquaintances, something like that. Okay, so I'm Tony Parker. Let's get started. Who am I? Why am I here? How did I get here? Yeah, not literally, obviously. I got the mega bus up. It was £6.35 a tour. Couldn't sniff at those prices, could you? No, I was going to get a train, and I thought, you know, they've got a buffet car. But I thought, you know, with the mega bus, you get a stop off at Scotch Corner Services, don't you? Kind of relentless all-day breakfast sandwich, you know, something like that. Lovely. Bag of quavers, maybe, just for the journey. Anyway, that's me. All right, let's get started. I have got a story, okay? I am. Or rather, I have been. I was in prison. There, I've said it. Okay, I'm not ashamed. I'm proud. I'm not proud, but I'm not ashamed either. You know, I'm okay with the fact I was in prison. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I was arrested for smuggling drugs, but it was wrongful arrest. You see, there was no actual proof that those drugs were mine. You know, except the fact they were in my case. Other than that, you know, there was no proof. So, you know, I was wrongfully arrested, and thanks to the justice system, you know, I was quickly saved and released 18 months later. Okay. So what I'm using now is I'm using my experiences in a Taiwanese holding cell to help others that are also trapped. You know, again, not literally. You know, I've got no legal skills, love. You know, I know nothing about that. You know, but if you're in a dead-end relationship or a job that's going nowhere, I can give some words of comfort. You know, if you're up on assault charges, then I'm very much out of my depth. Okay, that's just the way it is. I'm a motivational speaker. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get across. Okay, and I'm helping other people. Okay, I have got an 8-point plan to give you lot a better life. Have you got a good life?
Yes.
Well, you see, I'm not believing a word of that from any of you. Okay, it's just, you know, I know about these things. Okay, and so I'm going to give you my 8-point plan, and I will give you a better life. You know, I've done this talk over 3 times, and it's gone down well every time. You know, in fact, you know, a lot of people come out of my talks crying. Okay? One woman came up to me. She actually shook me and said, "Look what you've done to my life." You know, and it's words like that that you've got to hold close to your heart, because it really does motivate you. You know, you think, well, if I'm helping that woman, then you know, then I'm helping all I can. It turned out I didn't help her. She tried to commit suicide a couple of weeks later, but that's not a problem. Anyway, 8-point plan for a better life. Point 1, okay? Forget the past. Okay, don't hold any baggage. Focus on the future. Okay, so I'm going to take you back to before it all happened. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Tony Parker. Okay, I was going out with a girl, 7 years, Shelley, lovely girl. She had 2 daughters, Chloe and Rachel, lovely lasses. Things were going well. You know, Shell does a party planning business. She was up to 2 parties a month. You know, come on. And the girls had stopped getting in trouble for fighting at school. So there was a definite buzz in the air. You know, we thought, let's encapsulate on this. Let's really have a good time. Okay, so we thought we'll have a holiday. You know. I mean, you laugh me, love, but this is my life, you know. So we thought we'll have a holiday. Now, we're not the richest of people, but luckily I'd been in quite a serious car accident a couple of years before. You know, I'd come through a course of physiotherapy. The compensation had just come through, so we thought, let's spend it on a holiday. So that's what we did. You know, Taiwan was Shell's idea. She loves the culture there. You know, beef and cashew nuts is her favourite meal. So we thought, let's go there. And we had a great holiday, really did, really enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time pottering around the local shops. The girls were making friends with some of the local lads, who apparently were quite big fans of weeds. But, you know, you wouldn't know it to look at them. But that's the thing about horticultural students, you know, they're not very easily pigeonholed. So anyway, you know, and Shell obviously, she spent a lot of time with the hotel masseur, you know, in his parlour every day, often 12 hours at a time. But, you know, she really needed to unwind, so it did her good. She always came back with a smile on her face, which is nice. So anyway, it all went wrong when we were coming back through the airport, through customs. So let me paint a picture of the airport. Well, you know, it was like any other airport, but it was full of Taiwanese people. You know, that was the only big difference, really. So, yes, so point 2, always remain calm in the face of adversity. And that's what we did. We got pulled over to customs, you know, 2 big blokes there, one of them had a gun. We were like, ooh, this is a bit scary. And they start asking those questions, you know, the ones, have you packed the bags yourself? Did you leave it unattended at any time? You know, could someone have tampered with it? Now, and the answer to all 3 of those questions is yes, you know, but honesty is the best policy. Now, we didn't mean to leave the bag unattended, it was Chloe's fault. She popped to the WH Smith's, get herself a take-a-break, and just left it there. Couldn't have been longer than 20 minutes though, nothing serious could have happened, that's what we're saying. Anyway, we're at the customs, they're asking all these questions. I know they're just doing their job, okay? I'm trying to keep it light, make a few jokes, and that's point 3. You've got to have a sense of humour, you know, you have to laugh. I know some great jokes about airport security. Went down like a lead balloon, I'm not going to lie to you. They weren't having it, you know, they weren't laughing. I think that was a language barrier, but what are you going to do? But anyway, they says, can we have a look in the case? And I says, go on then lads, but if it's drugs you're after, the most you're going to find is a 6-pack of Diet Coke. Couldn't have been more wrong. Turned out there were 8 bags of ketamine and 500 grams of crack cocaine. But you know what you're going to do. Point 4, never leave your bags unattended. That's what I'm saying, okay? So anyway, once they found the drugs, all hell broke loose, okay? I was on the floor on my knees, arms behind my head, you know, they had a gun pointed at me, they were shouting. It was like being in a Steven Seagal movie. You know, I was loving it, I thought it was great. And anyway, they shouted something at me, I didn't understand, so I went for the old phrase book in the top pocket, and that's when it hit me. Probably a bullet, but you know, you can never be sure. You know, it wasn't a bad wound, the blood made it look worse than it actually was. Now that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I was worried, you know, it hurt, but I was trying to be brave for the girls. But, and you know, Shelley came up to me and said, you seem to be handling this tone, I'll leave it with you. I'll get the girls a Capri Sun and meet you at the plane. And that's lovely, you know, I thought, right, well, I'll see you in a couple of minutes, girls. Anyway, 12 hours later, and I was still being questioned. What are you going to do? You know, I was worried they couldn't be waiting, but I needn't have bothered. They'd already got on the plane and got back home, which is lovely. Initiative, that's what I like to see, thinking about it. Anyway, Shell got back, she was straight on to getting me released. I say straight on, you know, when you get back off holiday, you always need a couple of days just to settle back into things, don't you? You know, get unpacked, you know, get a bit of a routine going. So anyway, 2 weeks later, she was straight onto it. You know, running the local council, which, you know, I didn't think that was going to work because we'd asked for a bigger wheelie bin a couple of months before, you know, and there was still no sign of it. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Point 5, keep a support network around you. It's very important, okay? Keep a support network. Keep your loved ones close. I mean, I was in Taiwan, so technically I was a good few thousand miles away, but they felt close, and that's the main thing. You know, Shell kept sending me letters, often just redirected mail, but it didn't matter because it showed she cared. That was the main thing. Anyway, I was in prison and I was having the time of my life. I'm not going to lie to you. With a few British prisoners, so we were having a bit of a laugh. One lad, Adrian, was an accountant, okay, and you know, he'd embezzled some funds, put them in his own bank account and fled the country. You know, he was enterprising. That was nice. And anyway, yeah, he'd been caught because he was sending post back to his girlfriend to tell her to come out and join him, but he'd done it on letter-headed paper, so, you know, they had the hotel address, they found him within about 3 days. I mean, he was a lovely lad, but he was thick as pig shit. But what are you going to do? But that is very much point 6, okay? Money isn't everything. You know, unless you're in our house, because I haven't got a job. So in that sense, money is a blessing. You know, so do remember point 6. Money is very important, okay? So anyway, Shell was doing her bit. She'd set up a Facebook page. We got a few people involved, you know. Bet some of you had it yourselves. You know, we've got about at least 60 members, and I thought, yeah, really going to make a difference. And she also got a lawyer, Phil, who's a great lad. Now, I was worried about getting a lawyer because I didn't think we could afford the legal fees. Now, I couldn't be wrong, you see, I couldn't be more wrong, because Shell said to me, look, I don't think we've got a cat in hell's chance of winning. So I've hired him on a no-win, no-fee basis. So technically, if we can't get you rescued, then at least we haven't lost anything. Which is a lovely way to look at it, always trying to save money. So yeah, you know, so we hired Phil. He was a good lad, and he got me free. You know, I don't quite know how, but you know, like you said at the time, the less you know about it, the better. And that's fine, because I'm not interested in that stuff, you know. Sometimes I watch Law and Order, but sometimes I tune it off. So I thought, well, I won't get bogged down in it. Anyway, I got freed, and that's my life so far, okay? Wrongful arrest, unlawful imprisonment, getting shot, you know, getting a lawyer. So I thought I'd become a motivational speaker. Now I hope what I've said today has helped, okay? Because I've modelled myself on a hero, and that is point 7. Model yourselves on a hero. I've chosen quite a leading figure in African American modern history. You know, he's still going now, even today. You know, making some great changes, changing the way people think and the people look at the world. You know, and a lot of people say Montel Williams isn't as good as Jerry Springer, but I disagree. You know, plus he's got a lovely tone of voice. So before I go, let me tell you about my new book. It's a part self-help book, part autobiography. Okay, it's outlining my experiences faced in prison. Okay, it's very sincere, very upfront. It's from the heart, and it's called "Don't Drop the Soap." Okay? It's just a bit of a jokey title, you know, just to get you interested, get you involved, just to have a bit of a laugh. You know, not that we're making fun of what is essentially quite a serious situation. You know, if you are a victim of a prison bombing, don't worry. There's a support number on the inside. Give them a ring. No, they'll really help you, you know. Unless, of course, it's completely traumatised your life, in which case, don't worry about buying the book. You know, just pop into Waterstones, jot the number down. You know, $14.99 is a lot to pay for what is essentially a free support service. So yeah, so that's the book. I hope you like it. You know, give it a read. You know, it'll help your life. Essentially, it'll help your life and just take your mind off anal rape. That's all we're trying to do. So that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed my 8-point plan. But please remember, okay, point 8. If your body is trapped, then your mind can still be free. Now, unless you're in a coma, in which case you're screwed. Anyway, that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.